Porsche has made some great cars powered by a flat six engine. This isn't one of them. No, this is the new 718 Boxster and is powered by a turbocharged flat 4. The engine of the standard Boxster is now 2 liters, with the S growing that to 2.5 liters. This is the first generation Porsche Boxster. When the 986 Roadster first appeared for the 1997 model year, there was no S variant. Instead, you could only purchase a car with a 201 horsepower 2.5 liter flat 6. While not the quickest in a straight line, it could take the corners like few other cars of its time. The Boxster has always been powered by naturally aspirated flat 6 engines. That is until this new generation. In many ways, all that the engine powering the 718 shares with the 986 is the 2.5 liter size that you find in the 718S model. Instead of looking at the last generation Boxster, the 718 looks back to the legendary 718 Roadster. The 718 was powered by a flat 4 engine and replaced the 550 Spider. Flat 4s powered the early Porsches until the 911 appeared on the scene, and the 4-cylinder engines were relegated to the entry-level cars in the lineup. Just how does the 718 Boxster compare to the first generation 986 Boxster? The older car is down on power by 100 to 150 horses depending on if you opt for the S model. 0 to 60 mile/hour times go down to 4.5 seconds in the standard 718 versus 6.7 seconds in the standard 986. Although a few magazines in the late 90s managed a 6-second flat time. The top speed of the standard 718 Boxster is 170 miles per hour versus 149 miles per hour in the early Boxster. It's not surprising that on paper, every stat favors the newer car. It is faster both in the corners and in a straight line. From a styling standpoint, both cars have a traditional Porsche look with the high rounded fenders, but where the early car has softer lines, the 718 has more masculine lines with cues such as the large air intakes behind the doors. The headlight shape is also a big styling difference. The 986 Boxster uses the same headlights as the 996 variant of the 911, which was very controversial styling at the time, and later Boxsters went away from it with more rounded headlights that you now find on the 718. Where the early Boxster does shine is in its steering feel and lighter weight. The older car is 200 pounds lighter, making it feel just a bit sharper. But the added power of the 718 more than makes up for that. The steering on this first generation Boxster is more pure and direct thanks to its use of hydraulic power steering versus the electronic steering in the new Boxster. While the feel is better in the old car, the average driver won't notice the difference. Only the most jaded enthusiast will really notice it. But it manages not to take too much away from the driving experience, even for them. The sound of the 718 is actually quite good. Of course, it is different than the naturally aspirated flat 6 that it replaces. When compared to the first generation car, the 986 sounds better at about 5,000 RPMs, but that isn't to say that the 718 doesn't have a pleasant sound. So has the loss of 2 cylinders and addition of a turbocharger ruined the Boxster? No, it hasn't. In fact, it has made it better, more efficient, and thanks to the turbocharging, much more tunable. The sound may have changed, but the 718 has evolved into an even better overall machine.